I'm Audra Brown at the OSPCA, and behind me are just two of more than 40 dogs who recently were brought here from Houston after the hurricane. Staff here are wearing protective clothing, and I shouldn't get too close because these dogs are currently under their observation period. But beyond the good news that these dogs were saved is a massive amount of logistics that go into these kind of rescues. And several of the dogs actually have some disabilities or specialized issues, like SA here, who actually has no eyes. These dogs would require further veterinary care.
Vets on staff in our spay neuter clinics. We have vet techs, but often we have to refer to external veterinarians for specialized cases.
But even before they get here, there is a ton of organization involved and costs. In the case of these canines, Redemption Dogs, an organization that specializes in these types of emergency rescues, coordinated volunteers and 4 vans to head down to Houston.
Mapping things out and doing a proper intake list and coordinating with the rescues on the ground.
There is also paperwork to make sure everything is in order to bring the dogs across the border. The OSPCA is also housing the dogs and covering vet bills. To be able to do that means a lot of reshuffling for the animals already in their care.
When we say we put out an SOS and say we need help, they show up with trucks to move animals. So there is a lot of logistics, and we do have to make a lot of phone calls and say, how many spaces do you have here? How many do you have here? But within hours we can do something like that.
These rescues often also generate a lot of emergency funding. When Redemption Dogs put out the call for money for this rescue, they were hoping for a few $1,000s. They got more than $30,000, raising the question, what happens to the extra cash?
The additional money is going to future missions. We already have 2 in the works.
But what about homes for those dogs who were waiting to be adopted? Now that the spotlight is on the rescue dogs, will the dogs here miss out on new homes? Everyone says that doesn't happen.
Dog adoption rate has been so high over the last few years, it's incredible. And these dogs, I think, could have already been adopted about 25 times each. So I don't think there's any concern.
To keep updated on adoption possibilities, you can go to our website, citynews.ca/extras. In Newmarket, Audra Brown, City News.